Now let me discuss the difference between the forward and the future derivative contracts. Now, as we have already talked about what the forward contracts are, what the future contracts are, now let me bring up some differences between the two. Now, in the first one is the let me discuss something about the size of the contract. Since derivative contracts, since the forward contracts are the OTC contracts, they are customized as per the willingness of the parties. So in this case, the size of the contract is decided by the parties to the contract. Now, in case of the futures, the size of the contract is decided by exchange. Now, price changes. In this case, in the case of the forward contracts, the price remains fixed till maturity. Now, in this case, the price changes every day. Since they are exchange traded contracts, they are marked to market. Every day the price changes, and every day the contract is settled at a particular price, and that's why these contracts are also called as mark to market. Now, in this sense, there is no marking to mark to market. Now, let me write it there. Mark to market. Since the price remains fixed till maturity, they are not mark to market, and these contracts are mark to market. Now, margin requirements. As I have talked about the forward contracts, there is no margin requirement in case of the forward contract. However, the exchange requires you to deposit the margin. So in case of a future contracts, you need to you need to put down the margin before entering into the contract. So now they are in the markets where they are traded. This is a OTC contract, that's over the counter, and this is an exchange traded. Now, now let me talk about number of contracts. In this case, the number of contracts that the parties can enter, they are as per their wishes, so they are unlimited. Now, in this time in the futures, the number of contracts that can be entered are fixed because they are actually decided by the exchange. The exchange decides about how many type of the contracts, or how many contracts will there be at a particular period of time. And now there another important thing, that is counterparty risk, that we have talked about in the very first lecture. Now, in the case of the forwards, the counterparty risk is definitely present. The other party may default, but over here it is not present because of the margin requirements. So if the party is at a loss, the other party is made good by taking out his margin.